Hey, I'm David Fraser. I'm the founder of Bunkie Life, and I'm super excited to take you on a virtual tour of our factory. We started here in 2021, and I'm super excited to show you how the world's best bunkie is made right here in Rockwood, Ontario. All right, so the whole journey through the Bunkie Life factory begins here, where wood comes in these giant doors and are then deposited here to be ready to run through our custom molder. So we buy premium J-grade spruce, and that's for the following reasons. It's the best in terms of straightness, in terms of aesthetically looking great, and in terms of being the strongest. So we buy premium J-grade spruce that's then run through our molder. This is what puts the double tongue and groove on all of the boards. We can also run our floorboards through here as well, and our roof beams. So the output of this molder is a fully molded piece that is then stacked in piles here, ready to be run through our custom notching machine. Now, if you follow me, I can show you that machine. We'll load it up here, and then each individual piece is run through this custom notching machine. Now, we had to have this made just for us by a custom manufacturing company in Toronto, and we actually patented the whole process. So this machine will run the tongue and the groove notches in, as well as our special S-groove process, which is what makes a Bunkie Life bunkie so unique and has the corners locked together so precisely and yet still very easy to build. That means even the average homeowner, someone without a whole lot of technical ability, can put a Bunkie Life kit together with their friends and family in just a couple of days. And after the pieces exit this machine, they then go here, ready to be packed in the kit. Another thing to point out about this room while we're in it is that all of the outputs of these machines, all their sawdust is vacuumed up in a really, really precise way that allows us to keep clean, and it gets sucked up through this overhead ventilation, through our huge dust collector device, and then it is outputted into a large sea canister that fills up about once every day or two, and that is donated to local horse farms in the area to use as bedding for the animal. All right, I'm sure you're wondering to yourself, how do they cut the board so precisely to the exact same length every single time without wasting wood? Well, we use the optimizing crosscut saw. This long machine here can take tons of boards and cut them to the precise length every single time while minimizing waste. So this optimizing crosscut saw is what we use to cut our roof beams, our floorboards, our pickets for the loft, and anything where it needs a precise cut and needs to be quick and efficient. Now, the output of this crosscut saw is super interesting. So you'll notice here there's kind of three little stations. So this can put, like, say, 4 foot lengths out here, 6 foot lengths out here, and then tiny pieces out there. And anything that's not utilized can actually be quickly put into our waste bin there. We donate the sawdust we donate to local horse farmers, and the extra pieces we donate to people at the road. So there's really no waste from our factory at all. But anything that's not fully to length will get donated, and the rest of it is outputted really, really quickly and efficiently in these three little stations. Now, one thing about Bunkie Life bunkies is we need them to make sure they're safe all year round for our families that are staying in them. So a big part about Bunkie Life bunkies is that all the roof beams are engineered to Northern Ontario snow loads, and that means your family's going to be safe even if you're in there in the dead of winter. So you'll note, one thing you'll notice about our roof beams is they are big and beefy. This isn't even our biggest one, but they're large, and so they need to be really precision straight, and they need to be perfectly notched for you so that you can put them in easily, but at the same time they're nice and strong. So that's where our custom-made beam machine, we call it, comes in. So we'll take 2x10s, in some cases 2x12s, we'll get loaded in here. This is a hydraulic press that clamps it perfectly straight, and from there we can nail them together to get, in some cases, a triple ply roof beam. This little saw will help us make our notches, and this one fully makes perfect, precise notches towards the end. So this system here we had to custom make for ourselves and our needs, and it allows us to create all the roof beams for all of our production. Just one person can do it relatively quickly, relatively efficiently, but straight as an arrow, and to full Ontario Building Code specifications. All right, so the station behind me is where we assemble the final assembly of all of our windows. There's a lot of different processes that go together to make the window frames. We custom build them right here, and then we also insert the double glazed argon-filled inserts. So there's weather stripping that will be installed as the bunkie goes in, weather sealant, as well as the custom frame. Now our Bunkie Life windows need to be custom made for our Bunkie Life products because this whole window set here is going to be perfectly fitted in between your Bunkie Life walls. And so the whole kit is a system that's made to go together. So this particular window I think is for a loft in a haven. And you'll notice that it all comes with the screens pre-installed. That's done right here at the station as well. We include these mullions or grills or whatever you call them. They're optional. They'll come standard in every kit, but you can unscrew them if you don't like the look and you prefer more the modern window look. And then the frames include the hardware, with the exception of the handle. You'll install that on site. But the rest of it comes exactly like this, flat packed, which I'll show you later in the packing process. All right, so this part of the factory is where the shapers and molders exist to help create the perfect frames that are going to go further back for final window assembly. So you'll notice each machine has its own dust collection to make sure everything's nice and clean. And there's also a frame over here to clamp and glue the frames together. And eventually they'll go to window final assembly or over there to door final assembly. All right, so this is the station where we're making 2 doors at a time. This is a final door ready to be packed. So you'll notice that there is the glass, which is double glazed, thermal glass, as well as the mullions. And this whole process is done by usually 1 or 2 people every day. And we're making out just doors just in time to pack them over there at the packing station, much like the windows. All right, so this station is where we make all our gables. The gables is the triangle piece that's going to go right on the top that the roof's going to connect with on either end of the bunkie. And so we want to make sure that experience is just as easy as possible for our clients. And so we cut all the angles for them. We cut out the notch where the roof beam is ultimately going to get locked in. And we actually test each roof beam with each notch to make sure it's the right fit, so that when you're installing your bunkie and you've got your friends and family there and you're struggling with it up the ladder, that it's a nice, easy final process. And so this allows a perfect fit every single time with all the angles cut for you. So all you got to do is assemble. All right, so here's where we normally would be packing 2 bunkies at a time. We pack between 2 and 6 bunkies every single day, and this is the location where it happens. Now, these Bunkie Life kits are super easy to build. In fact, we've had teams of 50-year-old ladies build them together. We've had grandparents build with their grandkids, and it's super easy to do unless you're missing one piece, in which case you can't finish and you're calling me and you're yelling. So we've incorporated a 3-part cannot fail packing process that I want to show you to make sure that you get every single piece in great condition. All right, so the process of our packing begins here with our Kanban card system. You'll notice here there is a series of cards. Now, every single piece that goes into every single kit has its own card. And every bunkie we make has its own set of cards that are specific to that bunkie. This card here has a picture of this piece, and you'll notice there's a diagram, there's measurements, that sort of thing. Where's the bunkie part made in the factory, and all the detailed specs about it. When you grab that piece and you pack it, you then flip the card around, put it back on the rack, and it should be white. So a fully packed bunkie is going to look like a fully white board to ensure we haven't missed anything, so that when you get your kit, all your friends, all your family there ready to build, you can rest assured that all the pieces are going to get to you. The second step of our cannot fail packing process is that every bunkie package has a plan. So you'll notice here that we're not just randomly throwing parts on a pallet. We've got a game plan. This is step 1, step 2, and it all has a very visual representation for our packers as we pack. And that ensures that every single stage is followed and every single piece is included. And then as we're packing, we're taking a photo of every single layer and storing that away, so that in the event something is misplaced, we can reference it and look and go, oh, actually the piece was packed, sir. This is what you're looking for. We can circle it and it's all there for you. The third part to make sure that we've got full accountability is that every single piece as it's packed is initialed by the packer, so that we will know if somebody didn't do their job, we will know right away, and we can trace it back to the source to make sure that everyone has got their piece. Now, the importance of this is that people have a limited amount of time to build these. They've gotten all the troops together for the weekend to build, and we want to make sure that they're going to be able to complete it and that there's nothing getting in their way. So missing pieces are basically non-existent. We've shipped out 1,000 Bunkie Life kits in the past year roughly, with 0 missed pieces. So that's how we ensure by following that 3-step cannot fail pack process. Well, that's a wrap on the factory tour experience. In a nutshell, wood comes in, goes through different processes of quality control and processing to make sure that it's perfect so that anybody can gather their friends and their family together to build this thing and create extra space for meaningful connection. The real takeaway I want you to have is that we've taken a lot of time to make sure that every process we take our Bunkie Life kits through is designed around making it as easy as possible for you and your family to really do this together. The Bunkie build process is a real fun family bonding time, provided that it's easy and you're well supported. So in addition to everything we do here at the factory, we also make sure that you've got a great build video, a great set of manuals, and you can ensure that you're going to have support. If you need us on the phone, we're available even on a Saturday, so that you can get from beginning to middle to a fully finished, people in front of the Bunkie able to use it and to enjoy that extra space for meaningful connection, because that's ultimately why we do all the things here. It's so that you and your family have a great experience and have a place to share those memories together for a lifetime. Thanks for taking the time to watch this factory video, and I look forward to helping your family create extra space for meaningful connection.